So, I got the Ford. She's with us. I think first things first, I gotta, of course, get the engine, but first order of business, besides all these wires, vacuum lines, this goes somewhere, I have no idea. I think a lot of this stuff is for the snowplow, but all these are good because they have moss growing on them, but they still look okay. And this thing, don't know what that is. Oh, this thing. And this thing. This thing. Honestly, I have no idea what the heck crap this is. At least the good part is, all this is still all here. All these. These are power steering pump. Yeah, we're gonna cut all that off. We don't need that. And this thing, I have no idea what any of this is. I'm assuming this is a vacuum line. Maybe a fuel line. Looks like a fuel line. Alright. Horns. But I'm gonna see if I get that engine mount and call the guy from the junkyard. Sadly, we don't have the second tank anymore. Sorry, I don't record much. I really need to get better about that. Anyways, I replaced the lock cylinder, or whatever the heck this thing is. The ignition. It's still a little sticky, but I think it's just because it's so old it needs to move around a little bit. If you didn't know, there's a little pin right at the bottom, right there. Oh, wrong thing. That little pin right there. Shove a nail or a little something in there. You just twist this and it pops right out. Other than that, yeah, she needs some love and attention, and that door doesn't shut right. Other than that, I got my tools, Carhartt gloves, of course. We got a new engine mount on. But yeah, Ford built tough with the deer whistle. And I'm just doing some light cleaning, looking at brake lines. Why this crap? I gotta figure out what all this stuff is. I think a lot of stuff was for this plow mount too. But I think a lot of this is stuff. It's hard to figure out what's for the plow and what's for the original stock stuff. But we also have leaky brake lines. But not bad. All the bolts are still here for a lot of stuff. It's just dripping. I don't have the key to the door, so they all just stay unlocked. Yeah, that's the Ford. Probably gonna pack up pretty soon. So I'm looking at all these wires. There's so many wires. I don't know where the positive is, and that's I think for the snowplow that used to be on this. And then all this crap. I want to get rid of all the AC. I'm assuming this is an original. All this randomness. And then I think, because I got my engine and I got my trans. And I got all this wiring. I got all this fun stuff. I got my list. I'm looking for that. And I got my engine. I'm pretty sure, I don't know how any of this this works. I don't know what half this crap is, but I need to figure out how to get this in there, which I've done that, well, not with the transmission, but I know, you just kind of drop that in there. But like, is there a video on where all these wires go? Because there's wires everywhere. I got wires here, and I need wires, and I need stuff. I need torque converters, and I need U-joints, and I need probably a new windshield washer tank, but that's not a problem right now. And then also, can I just like drag and drop like an engine? Like, is there a computer that like, is it just plug in, hook up a battery, and the truck's just like, oh yay, engine. So I'm missing a dipstick. But she's a project, that's for sure. But you know, don't want to let Grandpa's little truck die. But there's so many wires. Like, I don't want air conditioning. I don't know what the heck half this crap is. I'm assuming it's like a smog pump or something. Like, I don't want air conditioning. I know that. I don't want air conditioning. Just need wires to hook up. That's about it. It's another day, another wonderful, totally not regretting life decision. Today we got transmission, E4OD. It needs a little bit of love. By that, it needs a wiring harness, and I don't know how to shift. I don't know how you shift into four-wheel drive, but you know, I think it's electronical, maybe. Who knows? But I don't know how you shift into four-wheel drive because there's no wires hooking this to that. I figured it was kind of. Ooh, there's a cigarette in here. That's why it smells so bad in here. But I don't know how I off-road. I don't know how I'm gonna off-road like that, but it's interesting. I don't know where that connects to. Maybe there's like a electronic device that connects to. I don't know. That's something we figured out. We'll figure it out later tonight on the YouTube. Anyways, I'm gonna go because I don't have anything to do. Because I'm still waiting on a torque converter and some parts, so I got nothing to do. I'm gonna take that torque converter home with me and see if I can do anything. Alright, bye. I'm back. I need to figure out which cables are positive. I got this idiot with me. And I got a whole bunch of wires here, and I got my pretty engine mount and my ugly engine mount, and a whole bunch of wires here. I need to figure out, like, is there a video of where all these go? I got my engine. Don't know what half that is either. Alright. But we just need to figure out what goes where. Like, there's wires down there, and there's wires, and there's stuff here to finish my shifter, and I don't know how that connects to that. Like, am I missing brackets? I probably am, because it's literally just a wire. Jamie, I feel like it's been a while since I've done an update, because it's been a while. So, I was looking at the wiring harness, and I did a lot more research, and I called around. Turns out, it isn't a separate wiring harness from the truck. I don't even know if you guys know. I've even got an update. It's been a while. It's a separate wiring harness, so all the wires plug into the transmission from the truck. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save it because I know it will drive. Asking around and asking if it will drive. It doesn't need the wires, so I'm gonna tuck those out of the way. Probably just shove them up through the hole in the floorboard, and then get it to West Olive. There's the old plate. Turn that around. Here you go. But yeah, it needs some love and attention. But we just need to get that. hooked up to that. I'm getting that. And that. Like my phone's really zoomed in, but it's all the way zoomed out. Oh, and fix the door. Nothing in there works. I'm gonna get that on. Get all this on. There's the old plug. There's the new one. And there's all those plugs. And there's just this one, this one. I think these are all, those are from the transmission harness that came with the truck. I mean, this one, that. It just keeps going. There's so many wires. Got this one. Needs a little bit of electronic cleaner. Got this thing. I don't even know what that thing does. Got a pin. Oh, there's a plug in that. Maybe that's gonna. So, update, I'm filling the torque converter to my E4OD. I figured out it's stuck in 4-wheel drive, and I'll have to put the boot on it. I don't have one, but so if we drive it home, it's gonna be stuck in 4-wheel drive. But we'll at least be able to put it in neutral. So, it's winter anyway, so hopefully it'll just be snowing. Anyways, then we also got the engine out on the stand that I bought. Got my DeWalt over there. That's my new favorite tool. It's a little 12 volt. I love that little thing. There's this thing. There's that. We're just filling her up. Got Senior over there with me. And yeah, she's looking good. Got all that crap. So I'm installing this therefore torque converter. And I got my glove on. It's like 20 degrees. I can't feel my fingers. But is that too much wiggle? Like it seems pretty even. I pre-filled it. It's spinning. But like I think it made a seal. I just don't know. Because I feel like a lot of wiggle. I don't know if they're supposed to be like really on there or I don't know. So I pushed it in further. I don't think these are good noises, but there's no play in it really anymore. But I'm assuming those aren't good noises. I think it's the right torque converter. It fits. It makes a lot of noise. I think I installed it right. I don't know. I'm gonna sit right next to this dangerous engine right here. Look at YouTube videos. Alright, so I got the torque converter on. She spins. I think I installed it right. If not, you know, it's not gonna be fun. Other than that, we're just gonna get that hooked up to that, hooked up to that, hooked up in that, hooked up in that. Do some burnouts for Dale. Put my Dale stuff on it. And of course, she's a little nasty in there, but she sure is a certified race car. Certified race car. Right there. She's got the spare. Be good for Drummond Island. And that was not me, just so you know. That was my buddy Jamie. That was not me that wrote those words. It's a nice interior. You got this little light. And you're making out with the ladies. Doing whatever. I don't know. We're back another day. And this piece of crap. Anyways, we have snow now and it's colder and I don't like it right now. It's too cold. Anyways, we're taking the wiring off of that. putting it on the old truck over there, engine. We gotta take the wire off this piece of crap because that's all that's good on this thing. Pretty sure I had a blown head gasket, and that's why I went to the junkyard, which I've never heard of the Ranger Line 6 with a blown head gasket, but I think that's what this one got. But I'm gonna put my other glove back on because I can't feel my fingers, and then I'm gonna get these wires unplugged. Go over there and go over there. We gotta get all of this. Alright, so I got my exhaust manifold off. I got my cherry picker. I got that. I somehow lost a bolt, but we'll just put it in anyways, and we'll get another bolt. We'll get another bolt. We'll find that bolt in a sec. We'll look for it. But anyways, we gotta put that on that, line those up. Took my exhaust manifold off so make it a little easier. And then I took my front bumper off, so now I can just walk right in the house. Hello. But yeah, I'm gonna find that bolt, and then we're gonna get that hooked up. And then I'll probably come back and put the engine and trans in. Maybe see if I can do that by tonight, but the sun's gonna set pretty soon. So yeah. So that is not lining up with that, and of course we got nothing back there. The transmission's too much of an angle. We got the hook on, and that's not lining up. And none of this is lining up. And I'm pretty sure that engine mounts not very happy. But we can't get that. And then of course, I don't have a transmission mounting bar yet because I gotta go to the yard, and then I got that. And that's all down there. No fun. No fun at all. Anyways, so update. We got engine mounts off. But we have the main things on, but the ones off the engine are off. They're up here. Got that. We got that. We got engine stuff edge there. We're trying to get this at an angle and get the transmission back. We got all this crap right here, and it's cold and 20 degrees and subject to change maybe. Anyway, and then down here we got a floor jack on the transmission that needs to roll. But yep. All right, so I'm down here. I'm figuring out stuff. I think I need to go more back or something because that's not lining up with that. But this is a 91 truck with a 95 E4OD, which I know the wiring's different, but it's still the same mechanically. So I'm just gonna splice wires since I have the wiring harness for both a 95 and a 91. Oh, I can get back up here. Choose a nice day to wear my nice clothes. Anyways. Yeah, so there's your mount and there's that. So, I don't know. Anyways, continuing. This is not a cable-driven truck. So I think we're gonna, I heard you could flip that arm and then take that off. But I wanted to figure out my four-wheel drive system because I have no idea how that works. I probably should pull one from the junkyard, but we got that. Four-wheel drive doesn't plug into the top of that, does it? Or no, that's my neutral safety switch. I think the four-wheel drive sits behind that plastic thing. So then that goes, I think there's a four-wheel drive thing that goes through my floor because that would make sense. But that's way over there. So how is that? I don't know how that works. So assuming that has something to do with that. I need to figure all that out. And I need to figure out why this mount is all the way over there. Because that all looks good. So I know the E4Ds didn't really change. It lined up. I just need to figure out the splicing because I asked my transmission cousin that loves transmissions, and he said it's the same wiring, just different plugs. So I just need to re-splice plugs because I got the plugs going through here. I got all these, but I need to figure out the four-wheel drive. I just got that little lever. When I go through, I got rust in my eye. When I go through, ignore the mess. Project, Gramps truck. I got my little lever down there. I got a wiring harness from a 95 with all these plugs. I have no idea what any of these do. And then I got a rebuild harness over there. My original idea is just to splice. I don't know if all the plugs are different or just that main plug. Because that one's for a 91, this one's for a 95. The Trance is a 95. Because the guy who sold me this Trance literally just cut it off. But this down here, it's just the boot. It's this. There's nothing connected to the transmission. I don't know because it's stuck in 4-wheel drive. But yeah, it's stuck in 4-wheel drive, and I don't know how to get it off. And then these trans cooler lines, they just have fuel lines on them. I'll probably just follow that same thing, but I'm just trying to figure out this wiring, because if I can just splice that into that, but I don't know how the 4-wheel drive thing works, because this is an electronic transmission. Here's my wiring harness for my truck. All these stupid plugs and whatever that is. But I'm just trying to figure out, because it's got, that's not lining up down there. I have no idea how that works, because I know the old-fashioned rod that just goes back and forth and tells transmission what gear it's in. It's not that way anymore, because things have to be complicated, like that thing. Anyways, I'm just trying to figure that out. It smells like crap in here, but you know, that and that wiring harness. The door doesn't lock or latch. I think that's broken. Yep, that's it. Alright, so I got this cross member for my transmission. It's got these, and I had to make those a little bigger because my mount, this is an E4OD, it's a 1995, and this is a 91 F150. But we have this cross member, and well, I got is the only thing I could get from the junkyard because I couldn't get underneath the trucks that had E4ODs. The truck that I pulled this from was literally just the frame and a box. I do know it's off an older truck because it had the linkage for that. But I think after some further research in my Chitlins or repair book, this is for a manual. So it works when I flip it upside down. Sometimes, but my 4-wheel drive won't work because it won't have enough clearance.
You talking to somebody? Because nobody's listening.
I'm taking a video, Jeff. And then I got these brackets all up here. But yeah, I just can't get it to work. So should I get a different one? And that's different. It's like above where it's supposed to be. But it's the same transmission that came out of the truck. Just a different year. So I don't know. Alright. Little update report video. Got the door tied shut. I got those little black things down there. Oh, I got the door semi-tied shut. That's just to keep it closed. Anyways, I got cross member on there. She's all bolted in. She does not have those on. For some reason, that thing's back here. I don't know why. And there's your wiring harness and the muffler being held up, but it's all bolted in down there. Except for I don't have any drive shafts hooked up. But yeah, I just gotta get a Trance dipstick. I thought I got one, but it's way too short. So assuming it's supposed to pop up through here. But it only goes up like, there it is right there. But it's only, you can't get the angle right, so that must be for the wrong one. But yeah, that's about it. Still doesn't run. There's a starter on there too, a new one. But yeah, just need to cover up. I'm just getting everything packed up and put in my car. Senior over here. She's a beaut. Got a fresh new rear plate for her. Take some sunset pictures of the truck. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna get going home where it's warm and I have a heater. So I'm trying to figure out my starter. I've got these right here. And then I've got all sorts of cut ground wires. This one's going down here. And we got this one that I wrapped in electrical tape because it's pretty bad. We got this one. And I'm assuming that goes down there, but I don't have any. Somebody took a lot of my parts to the junkyard when they donated this truck to the junkyard. So I'm trying to figure out, because I got this thing. I got this thing that goes all down here and up into there, right into the S terminal. And this truck did have a plow thing right there. There it is, right there. Had a plow, and this was that, because it was all jumped across, because I had a snow plow in the front. Back when my grandpa owned it, but I'm trying to figure out what the heck on how to hook up this starter, because I got a ground cable. Now I got this thing. No idea where this goes, and then I got this wire down here. And I got this thing. So I don't know how to hook up the starter. Maybe I gotta go to the junkyard and get some parts. I don't know. Alright, so this old F250 in Sprague's has an E4OD in this, so I need that. And I need to pull those parts in that truck before they scrap it and turn it into mush. Alright, I'm at the junkyard. And I'm trying to get this little shift module out, but I just can't. I need this whole unit. I just can't get it, even with a breaker bar. There's a parts number on it right there. But yeah, I just need this whole assembly, but including that little bar and the little system that goes back there. I just can't get it. I've tried. I may be able to cut the heads off those bolts, but in the back one, I don't think I'll be able to even get. Yeah, that's what we're doing with right now. I'm gonna see if I can get it, but. All right, well, I was only able to get the shift assembly, but we just need those little arms, wherever they are. This little thing, the arm and the shifter rod that goes in there. I just need a parts number on the thing that goes into the trans and that, because I gotta look at mine, because mine's a 95. The junkyard got to me. All right, I gotta get out of here. I feel terrible. I feel like I'm about to throw up. Oh, it's quiet in here. All right, my phone doesn't have much juice left, but we got for connectors, we got a positive, a negative that's cut, and that. We also have a negative down here. So I was wondering if I could take that negative. Do I splice it into that negative? Like, this is all from the junkyard, so. All right, we got all this. I know where that goes, and I know where that goes, and I know the negative goes on one of those terminals. But I also have a negative down here, and I have a negative that connects, over the battery terminals. I'm assuming the negative from the battery terminal goes directly into the starter. I don't know, because half of this was rigged for a snowplow, so I don't know what half this is. I'm gonna get going home. I'm cold and wet from crawling under junkyard trucks. All right, so I have my super nice wired starter up down there. I got the little jumper cable wired. I got the positive. I got the negative. My negative is not the nicest thing in the world, but I know it's got decent connection. It's a little ratty, but the wires are all here and they're not like torn through. So I'm thinking it's good. But for some reason, when I hook up my battery, you know, I go positive to positive because I disconnect it just in case it lights on fire. You know, lights turn on, we're good. But when I go it's just doing that, and I don't know. I think it's just popping out and going in and out, which I guess my little jumper wire down here, I think that's what that little one's for, could be bad. And I know it can't be the neutral safety switch because I think that's all, I overrided all that. So it should just start, and of course my starter solenoid's also not the best in the world, but it should work, at least if I override it. So I don't know. All right, so I have my battery. It does have 12 volts, and I am replacing my starter solenoid, but it should still work. Should still work because everything's wired up down there. Everything's wired up down there. So I don't know why it's not working, because when I do this, when I jump it, positive's hot, I'll tell you that. Let me go find something a little better to jump it with. This should work. All right. When I go to jump it, and it's a brand new starter from O'Reilly's. This is a second starter, so there's no way the solenoid's bad on the starter. So I bet you it's this solenoid. I bet you it's this solenoid right here, because it just goes. Come on. There it goes. And it's not, the engine is, all the plugs are out and lubricated and it spins over really easily. So there's no way it's hydrolocked. I'm just trying to figure out why it's just not working. Connections, they're tight. That's bad, but I'm jumping it, so it shouldn't have a problem. Battery has 12 volts.
And charging.
And it's also on the charger, but it's been on the charger all day. So I don't know. And then it's a good battery. I know it's a good battery because my boat uses it. And then yeah, and then that's all plugged up down there. So I don't know why it doesn't work. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know. Another thing I'm trying to figure out is my dipstick. I took this from the junkyard. It was on a V8 truck, but you know, it's all I could find with the E4OD. So it's for an E4OD. And well, it's like halfway in. I don't know why you can't use a flashlight when your camera's on. I think that's stupid. Hey Jamie, give me that light.
Light?
Give me the big LED. No, other way, other way, other way, other way. All right. Anyways. There we go, that's better. But yeah, the dipstick's like sitting at like such an angle. I don't know why, but it's like, you know, it's just not going in at the right angle, and it's all jacked up. And I broke my dipstick. I broke the stick itself. There it is right there. Yeah, I'm only 5'7", so I can't really reach in here, but yeah, I broke that. But it's at such an angle that I was pushing it down and I broke it. So I don't know why it's at such that angle, because I'm pretty sure it should just fit. And it went in, it just didn't go all the way, and I tried shoving it down in there, and it broke. He's trying to loosen up the engine. But yeah, here's my dipstick over here. But I don't shove it in the freaking heat register. In my Russ's cup. On the dash. But yeah, here's the dipstick. And it's just snapped. So I have to go to the junkyard and get another one. But yeah, it just snapped. I don't know. It's that weird. Well, it's another day, and Watching the wood stove glow because that's safe, right? That's totally not like emitting carbon dioxide, monoxide, whatever. My grandpa's Ford Maverick's in here. Don't know why, but it's just in here. His old truck's in here that's now mine, of course. But it's another day, and it's been a long time, I feel like, since I've recorded. A really, really long time. So I figured I would do a little update. It's probably going to be short. But I kind of want to stay over by the wood stove because it's freaking cold. I've been trying to record, but it's been so cold, and I'm using an iPhone 8, and my battery dies in like 5 seconds. I really need to buy a new phone. I just refuse. I kind of want a flip phone, but I can't record YouTube videos on a flip phone. Really, well, I can, but anyways, I'm just trying to figure out the starter. We got a brand new thing down there that I figured out doesn't fit. Brand new frame on there. It fits, but I won't be able to use forward drive. We got my wiring harness down there. It's like 20 degrees. And I cleaned the interior out. Got my iPhone charger in there. My first vehicle with a working cigarette lighter. Which is kind of funny. My boat battery's in here. It's on a battery charger. I'm not an addict, okay? But anyways, right now we're just looking at this stupid little ground wire. We're unbolted down there on the starter, and we're gonna unbolt this, of course. And then we're gonna start cleaning this up because this looks like crap. Alright, I'll get on that with my socket set. Yeah, that's it. So, I have a brand new starter solenoid. And I just realized that's unplugged. Anyways, I have a brand new starter solenoid. And battery's charged up. We have voltage. I'm gonna test light on here. We have voltage here. I don't know if we're supposed to have voltage here because the key is not turned. But we have voltage. We come down here. Voltage. We don't have voltage. 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 No voltage, and that's the ground. Yeah, she's excited. We have voltage up here. Oh, that's the negative. Battery's got voltage here. Go get my multimeter. Wherever the heck that went. I don't even know where that is. Oh, here's my multimeter. Go get my multimeter. I don't really know how to use a multimeter, but I know how voltage works. Hello. I know that voltage means something, so my multimeter. Stick that ground in there. Stick that positive up in there. I don't really know how a multimeter works, but like it's reading stuff. There you go. 12.3 volts. And then if I jump the starter, where's my little wrench that was in my pocket? All the way down here, of course. Here, I'll just use my Gerber. If I jump the starter, actually I'll just use my Lone Wolf 9000 here. And it just doesn't freaking work. Like, it can just go all day. Of course. My engine's not froze, the cylinders are out. Yeah, there you go, 12 volts. So maybe I got a bad battery, but that battery's fairly new. Maybe if I turn the key, get my floorboards. Okay. Keys turned. It's in park. You start now, because it... Brand new starter, brand new everything, and it still doesn't fucking start. Maybe battery's down. Maybe I'll plug it in for a second. I don't know. All right, now we have 12 volts. And I think it's all wired up correctly. I don't know. Hope so. So if I go here, probably paint probably isn't the best connection. Can I use myself? I'm grounded. Actually, no, I'm wearing shoes. I could just use the battery, but or the block right here. But if you know, like it should just work. I don't know why it doesn't. All right, we got 12.3 volts. It is on a battery tender because I think my solenoid's, even though it's brand new, it's doing weird shit. The key's turned. We have power to the battery. We have power down there. We have power here. The key is turned, so I think that should have power too. Maybe I got like a bad key ignition switch. Maybe I should pull that out. I don't know. Because if I come in here, my rusty, crusty Ford F-150. Looks nice though. I come in here and I just turn the key. I can hear it click. Because the key is really sticky. Like I have to use some force. Battery light's on, so that's good. Maybe my battery's just dead. So all this was turning on earlier. Headlights are turning on, but I used to have like all gauge lights and now they're just super dim. My radio's barely even on. And that doesn't even turn on anymore. Just clicks. I'm sure I have a lot of warning lights, but you know, I don't have a drive shaft or anything like that. It's in park. If that even means anything. But yeah, I have no idea why it's not working. So Jamie, figured out I'm just a dumbass. Yep, I'm a dumbass.
No, you're not.